fourth ingredient that I want to talk about, and that is salt. As you can see, I have four different types of salt. Actually, three. I have my sea salt, I have my Himalayan salt, and I have my kosher salt here. I have it in a Ziploc bag because it has already spilled a little bit in the bag. So I like to keep it in the bag. But this is my kosher salt, what this is. And I have in a bowl. And so this will be our next fourth, before we do our unleavened bread food object lesson. What if I told you that this tiny grain of salt was once used as a symbol of God's covenant? And what if Jesus was calling us to become like salt too? Today's object lesson is about salt. In Bible times, salt was very valuable. People used it to preserve food, to add flavor, and as a symbol of faithfulness and covenant. Even though salt is small, it has a big purpose. Without salt, as you can see here, without salt, food can taste plain. Salt changes what it touches. And Jesus said something very important in Matthew 5:13. He says, while he was teaching his people, should make a difference in the world, not by being loud, but by bringing goodness, truth, kindness, and faith wherever they go. Our object lesson is that salt preserved. Back in Bible days, salt helped food from spoiling, and God calls us to help preserve what is good. That means speaking truth, showing kindness, helping others, standing for what is right, and pointing people to Jesus. Salt also adds flavor. Imagine eating food with no seasoning at all. Remember, I said that my son Adam and I will be making unleavened pita bread. That will be my last video after this one. What if we only had the flour, water, and the oil that I mentioned in my last three videos? What if we just had that to make our bread? Even out, no flavor for it. The bread wouldn't have any flavor at all. It would just taste plain. Sometimes the world feel empty, hopeless, or bitter. But followers of God can bring encouragement, peace, and light into difficult places. Such as a kind word, a prayer, and a gentle spirit can change an atmosphere. Here is where the covenant comes in. In the Bible, salt was also covenant. In Numbers 18, verse 19 says, "It is a covenant of salt forever before the Lord." Salt reminded people of loyalty, faithfulness, and lasting promises. And God is faithful to keep his promises. Even when life changes, God remains faithful. Here is where the application comes in. Maybe someone watching this video feel unnoticed. But remember this, a little salt can change an entire meal, and one faithful person can make a difference too. One encouraging word, one prayer, one act of kindness. God can use small things in powerful ways. So in closing, the next time you see salt, no matter what it looks like, God can use small things in powerful ways. God calls us to be salt and light, to preserve what is good, and to reflect his faithfulness, because even small things have great purpose in God's hands. God bless, and I'll see you next time when put together our unleavened bread. Learning together on the spectrum, going back in time and learning foods in the Bible days.